Hello my friends, Paul here in the RoJoBe Music Workshop. So I'm currently playing around with my new camera, and I've got a remote for it. I can't figure out how to use the blooming thing, and there's no instructions with it. It should be straightforward enough, but when I'm recording, I cannot figure out how to pause the video while recording. I can do it on the other camera, and I would have thought I should be able to do it on this one, but I can't figure it out. So, I'm just going to have to record things as they go, which is pretty much what I do anyway. Maybe I'll figure it out, I don't know. Okay, so this video is about modifying the tripod to the new tightening screw on this one. Because when the camera is mounted on top of the tripod, I'll just put it on there quickly to show you what's happening. I mean, I did show it in the previous video, the October shop update. When the camera is mounted on the tripod, let me just move all that out of the way. It's difficult to turn that because it actually hits the body of the camera. Yeah, I don't know how well you'll be able to see that, but everything's in the way. I've turned that and it's now hitting the body of the camera, so that doesn't work. So I've got to modify that slightly by putting basically a longer turn handle on it. And let me just put that camera away. So what I'm using is one of these, and this is the basically the tightening screw for a handlebar bracket for a GoPro, which I no longer use, and it's pretty much the same kind of thing as the one that's in here already, but you know it's longer, so that's the one that's in there, and this one will sit more like that kind of thing. Okay, so just remove this one first. Now I've already done this modification on the other tripod that this camera is sitting on right now. I tried it off camera just to make sure it was going to work, and it seems just fine. And I've taken the wrong controller out, the wrong screw out. Yeah, it's been quite a long week. So it's this one on the top of the tilt adjuster. So yeah, it's that one I've got to take off. So you'll see that this one will be considerably longer. Okay, so let me take the correct one out this time. And this is out. So two things that are different. So this is the original screw. This is the one I'm going to be putting in. Let me just take that nut off there. So this one does have a longer threaded portion than the new one I'm going to be putting on. Hold on, let me just hold it like that. So this is the original, and this is the one I'm going to be putting on. So you see that the threaded portion on the original one is longer, and the threaded portion on the newer one, which is this one, is thicker. So I've got to modify this slightly as well. So first thing I have to do is where this goes through there, okay, there's a nut on the back side of it. You can just see the nut hanging out in the middle there. So I've got to take that out first and change it for the nut for the new piece. And once again, the new nut, which is this one, is bigger than the original one, which is this one. So I have to get it inside that slot there, because it's slightly bigger. I've got to basically tap it in place. So I'm just going to angle this camera down so that you can see what I'm doing, and I'll zoom in as well. Okay, let me just, so now I'm actually, right now I'm using the adapter, or adaption I should say, of you know, what I've just done to the other tripod, so what I'm doing now. And okay, so the first thing I have to do is, as I said, put this new nut into that slot. Now, unfortunately, I can't. It's really stupid. As soon as I turn the little LCD screen up so that I can see what you can see, the picture goes upside down. Anyway, so let me just zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. I might need to move that camera a bit. So I'm going in just there. Yeah, you can kind of see that. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Focus. No, it's not liking that. Let me just zoom back out. Alright, so I've got to put that nut inside that slot there, first of all. And what I did with the other one was I kind of wedged it in as far as it would go, and then tapped it in with a screwdriver and a hammer. It seemed to work fine, but this one seems to be a little bit tighter, so I may have to do something slightly different here. But let me just try, see if it will go in. Looks as though it might do. I'll give it a little tap with the hammer first. I'm going to need to turn this round so that I can use the hammer with my left hand. You should still be able to see what I'm doing. This will be a little better actually. So that nut right there needs to be tapped into that slot. And because I'm doing so little actual modification to the tripod itself, it can be changed back to the original setting if I need to, but I shouldn't need to. Let's go in. There we go. Right, so I'll just get the screwdriver on it and give it a little bit more of a tap to get it in a bit further. It's kind of going. This one's giving me a bit more of a problem than the other one did. It's almost there. Let me just check that for alignment. Yeah, it's still got to go a bit further. Let me try and get some pliers on that, see if that will help it go in. Yeah, almost, not quite there. So the hole has got to line up as well. It's almost there. I've just got to try and tap it in a bit more. Okay, so I don't know how well you'll see that. I'll get it into focus. Everything's upside down for me. Yeah, it's not focusing, but the nut is in there, but it's not quite lining up. You can just about see it. You can see this side of the nut where the hole is not quite lining up properly just yet. It does seem actually that this nut is a bit bigger than the other one, but we should get it. Just got to be a bit more aggressive with it. Yeah, it's almost there. Almost there. Let me just give it another squeeze with the pliers. That might do. Get it the rest of the way. Not quite. For some reason the other one went a lot easier than this. I think the tripod is actually slightly different. Although it looks more or less the same, apart from being this one is aluminium and the other one's plastic. I think that might do it actually. So the next thing I need to do is drill the hole out a bit bigger that the screw goes into. So let me just line that up, drill through there. Right, that should be enough. Let me just see if that will thread in. If it does, then we're okay, but I've got a feeling... Oh, the whole thing's just popped right out. That's fine. Let's get my Phillips screwdriver. I might need to hold that in place while I push it in. Yeah, I don't think it's quite lining up. Oh, hello, hello. There we go. Is it? Is it? Yeah, it's gone in cross-threaded, so now it's actually turning the nut. I'll just try that again. There we go, that's got it. Yeah, that's going in now, I think. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so see if I can get that lined up where you can see it. Okay, I'm going to need to zoom out. This camera's not much good. Okay, so that is the new gadget in there, and so I drilled the hole through there a bit bigger, and I tapped the nut. Oh, everything's all upside down and back to front. So that's where I tapped the nut in, and then drilled the hole a bit bigger and threaded this in. So that seems to be working just fine, which is good. This tripod is definitely a little bit different to the other one. It seems to be a bit tighter fitting, but that's fine. It's all good. Okay, now the next thing I need to do, that seems to be all fine, is, what's going on there? Okay, is I now need to cut this plastic part back a bit so that it's the same length on the thread. Oh my god, everything's upside down. There's that one. So, so let me just mark where I need to cut it first. What can I use? I use the little file and line it up against this one and see where I need to cut this one back. Just want to make sure that screws all the way in there. Yep, okay. Actually, it might be easier to do it opposite, like that. Then I can make the mark where I need to cut that. Just about. Does that look about right? That looks about right. Okay, so now I'll pop the screw out. And I'll literally just hacksaw that piece off as soon as I find my hacksaw. Come on, where is it? How am I going to find things if I put it away? That's just stupid. Right, so let me just double check that. Put the screw back in. Check where that needs to be. Just make sure that mark's in the right place. Otherwise it won't tighten up properly, you see. So I need to go, yeah, that mark right there. Okay, I can see where I need to cut it. I need to try and make sure I cut it straight as well, so it's not all crooked and wonky. Just get a block of wood to put that on so I'm not sawing through my carpet. That's better. At least it would be if it would have to stay still. Okay, that's fine. So now I'll just take the file and clean up the edges a bit. It's a bit rough. Doesn't matter too much, but just want it to look half decent as well as do the job. Okay, so now I'll put the screw back into there and put the mount back onto the tripod. and then see if the, hold on, let me just tilt the camera back up again. Okay. Right, so I'm just going to see now if that will thread in properly. It should be fine. Oh, I need to drill that through as well. Right, there we go. That's got it. Okay, so I'll put the mount back on, line up the screw. I'll probably have to just run my Phillips screwdriver through there to get it started. I think it's going. It seems to be. Yeah, it's a little bit stiff, but I think that will work itself loose, you know, once it's sort of gone in and out a few times. And let's just make sure that tightens up all right. There we go. No, so much. Hold on, what's going on there? Okay. That's it. There we go, so that locks in, no problem. Just tighten it down a bit more. Okay, so that's locked the base in. I mean, it does wiggle a bit because it's all made of plastic. It's not the best one in the world. Right, so let's just mount the camera back on. Right way around as well. Okay. Right, so there you go. It's mounted on there, and you can see that thumb screw now clears the body of the camera perfectly. There's no, it's not anywhere near it. So that's a simple, cheap, quick modification to the tripod, just to make it a little bit easier to use, and it just works fine. I know that because I did the other tripod as a trial first, and yeah, it's all good. So that one's usable now, and that's about it. Nice simple modification, and as I said, because I did the modification to the new screw that I put in more than the tripod itself, apart from just drilling the hole a little bit bigger where the screw goes through, I can, you know, revert it back to its original screw if I need to, but I'm not going to need to. You know, this works much better for me as it is, so, you know, with this little modification. Okay, so that's it for this video. Just a little quick and dirty one to show, you know, how you can easily modify cheap stuff to work better for you. And, you know, you don't need to buy the all singing, all dancing tripods. This does exactly the same as an expensive one, albeit a little bit more flimsy, but, you know, for my work, it's fine, it's ideal. Okay, so thank you all for watching. Please give a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell, and we will see you all soon. Peace out.